Alright, Shalom, Shalom. It's your brother Issachar coming back at you for another lesson. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Akar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessing to the hopeful elect and the 144,000 scattered across the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you. Alright, in today's lesson, we're going to go into how the elect will be defended. Alright, so in this lesson, remember, it's not all Israel, it's of Israel. It's only the elect that's going to be defended from the set impending dangers. Okay, it's a very serious manner here. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. So who's Michael? Okay, Michael is the chief archangel of war. Okay, he's third in command. Okay, he's right after Yahushua. Alright, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. So for the Israelites, but at this time it's only the elect. Okay, so let's stop right there. Alright, so the time that we're entering is so bad that the elect, no willing on part of the hopeful elect. Okay, we hope that that we can receive protection and mercy from the Lord. You see, so that's something that you have to understand. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. Okay, so yeah, there's a time of trouble. Okay, such as a time of trouble. Okay, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. Okay, so and that right there, all right. It's saying that this is the worst time that we're entering. Okay, so you don't think that we're not going to need help. Okay, the hopeful, low willing, I'm part of that hopeful number. Okay, the hopeful elect, okay, needs help. Okay, we need Yahushua. Okay, but that also don't mean that we're also going to be out here and scared of wickedness, and unclean spirits, See, because the Lord said, gird up thy loins like a man. All right, so don't. What did the Lord say about the wicked? That they're about to be cut off like the grass. So don't, focus on your walk, trust in the Lord. Okay, look at the times of old. Did any trust in the Lord and was forsaken? Okay, and was confounded? See, And at thy time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Right. Okay. So that's the elect. Okay, the elect are going to be preserved. All right, saved from what? Okay, the impending dangers. All right, that are coming down the pipe. All right, and follow me now to Isaiah. Isaiah 59 verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. Okay, so, alright, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west. Because right here in America, there's a big awakening happening. Okay, it's called the awakening, so you can understand. Alright, and most of the elect are here in America. Alright. And his glory from the rising of the sun. Okay, because why is that? Because Yahushua is going to arrive in the battle Armageddon over there in the Middle East. So you can understand. Okay?
I'm Lucy Lulu and I'm at the Target studio.
Come on over here.
My favorite part
Okay, so the Lord's gonna arrive over there in the Middle East first. Okay, you can get that. You can get those precepts. 2nd Ezra 13th chapter. All right, you know, verse 1 down to 11 verse. So remember, this is what we put our hope in. All right, this is what we put our trust in. Okay. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, all right, because Esau is gonna roll with his Gurga troops. Okay, Esau is gonna roll with his martial law troops, UN troops, sleeper cells, all right, whatever these clowns got out here. All right, you gotta understand that he's gonna roll. So the hopeful elect, okay, right now look how hard it is for Jake to survive. Barely living, you know, check after check, our daily bread. Okay, so imagine how hard it's gonna be in that time where you can't ride these transportations, you can't drive a car. Okay, those who've been watching Apostle Tahar lately, okay, he's been saying that, you know, you know, what is it, the cars now, you know, that they can like shut the cars off, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, you imagine that they just shut it off? Why? Because you need that chip. Okay. Yeah. When the enemy shall come in like a flood. All right. So when Esau makes his move. All right. So why is there going to be a flood? Okay, because it's going to overwhelm. It's going to overwhelm people, especially those 2/3 those of you who are not watching. Okay, the hopeful elect, we're waiting for it. Okay, we don't know if we'll make it, but we're waiting for it, and we're actually looking forward to it. Because the quicker we go through that, the quicker we get into the kingdom. What did Yahweh Shai tell Satan? What you're gonna do it quickly, you know? Because Satan entered into Judas Iscariot. All right. So what does Satan tell him? What you're gonna do it quickly, you know? Because why? Prophecy had to fulfill. See, he didn't say, oh, you know. So that's what we do. Okay. When Satan comes to, hey, we rebuke him, but hey, we bring it on, you know. You know, we pray to the Lord, but hey, we face him. Hey, whatever has to be done, it's the Lord's will. You know, let it happen. You know, yeah, and that's being bold and courageous in the Lord. You know, and that's what Yahweh Shai did. You know, and was that being proud? No, that's just being bold and saying, you know, go do it. You know, because to be righteous is to hate wickedness. You know, so that's why, you know, yeah, you gotta rebuke these demons and stand up to them. You know, let them know, hey, you know, hey, whatever. You know, whatever happens, it's in the hands of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So you understand. All right, remember that. The Spirit of the Lord, shall lift up a standard against them. So what's that? Okay, spiritual power. All right, spiritual power. All right, so let's follow me now to Psalms 91. Okay. All right, so this is very important here because Psalms 91. All right, we're gonna start at the first verse, and we're gonna go down to like the 11th chapter. We'll see what happens here in the spirit. Okay, so this is all on the angels. Okay, the hopeful elect. You know, receiving protection from the angels, just like as we started this lesson with Daniel 12:1. Okay, how Michael himself is going to stand up to help protect the hopeful elect. All right. Psalms 91 verse 1 on down. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Okay, so he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. So what's that? The shadow, protection. Okay, all right, because we're abiding in the Lord's word. Okay, we're trusting in the Lord's word. Okay, we don't got nothing out here, you know, but we're trusting in the Lord's word. Okay, remember that. So that's how you combat these demons. Okay, Satan. All right, you pray, you fast, okay? You hit him with the scriptures. Boom, you know? That's all right, you know? You just stay, you stay trusting in the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, and you stay in the Word. All right? Yeah, it's all right. You know, you may have bad weeks, good weeks, but remember, this is our trust. It's in the Lord's Word. All right? It's not in your opinion and well, you know, I'm so, you know, we're so great and this and that. No, it's what the Lord say. So we're putting our trust in what the Lord said. Okay, verse 2. I will say of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Yahweh, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, and Him will I trust. Okay? So my refuge, my fortress, my power, and Him will I trust. So not Trump, not these FRNs, not these jobs, not these, you know, nah, none of that. Okay? We're putting our trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay? Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. Okay? So, surely He shall deliver thee. Uh-oh. What? Okay, because the Lord's going to deliver His elect. Okay? When the enemy shall come in like a flood, how we just read, remember, okay, so, Isaiah 59:19, okay, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, so when our enemies make their move, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to make His move. So this is what we put our trust in, like, you know, and plus we know how life and death works, and those of you who are sincerely, you know, worshiping the Lord in truth and sincerity, okay, you very well know that, you know, that this has, you know what we signed up for, you know, so, you know that our Lord had to go through it, we got to go through it too, you know, but you got to be bold and courageous, you know, yeah, remember that, you don't got to do, you know, you don't got to do much, you just be still and know that He is Yahweh. Sit. Okay? Hey, keep it simple out here, you know? Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. Right. Verse 4. He shall cover thee with His feathers. Okay? And under His wings shalt thou trust. Alright? Because the Lord's going to cover you with His angels. Alright? Okay, so the angels are literally protecting the hopeful elect out here. You are heavily guarded. Alright, and the hopeful elect, okay, are going to be defended in this time. So not only is the hopeful elect going to receive salvation, but you're going to be defended. Okay? You're receiving help and protection from up on high. So it doesn't matter what people say in this world, this and that. Hey, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, His eyes are on you. Okay? Alright? He's on your side. For those of you that are part of the hopeful elect, this is what we put our hope in. Hey, you know? His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Right? So that's a shield is a protection. So is a buckler, you know? Alright. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. Okay? Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night. Right, okay? That's very real, you know, because there's about the spiritual realm about to open up out here where, you know, the whole world's about to see, you know, the demons and all that, you know? You know, how many you guys out there ever saw like a spirit or something, you know, like, hey, what the hell, you know, had, you know how it was, sometimes, you know, we're tried out, you had, Esau, you know, they call it, what, sleep paralysis, but it's actually like a demon holding you down.
A little bit,
yeah, you know how these,
a little bit Barbie,
you know, that these spirits are very real.
I grew up
so you gotta put your trust in the Lord, because you're not gonna make it on your own strength. You know, you're not going to win that battle. All right? So just remember that. Okay? Remember that when you're going through your battles, you know, that we need the Lord. How about Shemel Shai? But at the same time, you know, you be strong, but in the Lord. Okay? Not in just, you know, you be strong in the Lord. Put your trust and faith in the Lord. See that? You want to put your energy towards that. You know? Yeah. So that's where you want to focus your energy, you know, and trusting and how your faith towards the Lord. Okay, well, let me put my trust towards the Lord. You put your energy towards that, you know. Nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness. All right, and that's what's coming down the pipe, pestilence. Okay, hantavirus, a lot more plagues, disease. People are going into like waters. And they have like, you know, bacteria and things that are like eating their brains and stuff. You know, it's hey, you know, you have like brain eating bacteria out there. You know, you got mosquitoes that are biting people in their eyes, and flies, you know, stuff like, you know, little bugs that are eating people's skin. Okay, it's very real. You know, it's very real. You know, yeah, it's man, you imagine like how much worse it's gonna get out here. Okay, remember, it's just the beginning of sorrows. Okay, the Lord hasn't even got warmed up yet. Okay, it's about to really remember, it's not just martial law. Okay, the economy's gonna crash. Okay, people might go to concentration camps. Remember, the Lord's about to plague this place. You know, we're about to see newly created creatures. Spirits created for vengeance. All right, animals are gonna change their places. You know, I put up a couple days ago, you know, news update. You know, I do that every once in a while just to give, you know, Yakim and Aqua, you know, a little news update of what's going on out there. You know, what's going on with Russia. Look at these animal attacks. Look at this bacteria. You know, hantavirus. Just like an overall update on news, what's going on. Okay, so yeah, that's about to amplify major out here. Okay, major. Psalms 91 verse 6. Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, okay, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. Okay, because yeah, what's coming to these cities? War, desolation, death, sorrows. Okay, verse 7. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. There it is. Okay, so the hopeful elect are going to be defended. Okay, in this time, you must understand that. Okay, because let's read it one more time. Psalms 91 and verse 7. 1,000 shall fall at thy side. Okay, so 1,000. So what are we about to see out here? Massive casualties, death. Okay, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Okay, right. So it shall not come nigh thee, right? Because the Lord is saying that we're gonna see a lot of death out here. 10,000 on thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Why? Wisdom of Solomon, 3rd chapter. Okay, the souls of the righteous are in the hand of Yahweh, and there shall no torment touch thee. So why be afraid? And those of you that know, if we do got it, you know, that does have to happen to us, then you know that's our test. Yahweh said, all right, you know, this is your time now where you have to be tested, and that's that, you know. See, and no willing, this is why we put our hope that we can pass those tests, you know, and to please the Lord, to show him our faith, our loyalty, you know. That's what our big concern is, you know, like, hey, though willing, the Lord is pleased, but my behavior, you know, yeah, you know, because, hey, it's very real. Verse 8, Psalms 91:8. Only with thy eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. So only with thy eyes. Okay? That only with thy eyes. Alright? Because the Lord's about to do a lot of killing out here with the angels and the 140 and 4,000. You understand? Alright, verse 9. Because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. Okay? So because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. Okay, so any plague, including the second death, which is the ICBMs, because we'll end it on that. The elect are scarcely going to be saved, okay, because they're going to be saved through the fire at the same time that the seventh angel, okay, that's spoken about in Revelation, okay, the same time where the missiles are coming down, the same time the elect are going to be getting beamed up, okay, simultaneously. So there's no, there's no reason to be proud and puffed up. Okay, yeah, you can be bold and courageous, but remember, like these clowns like IUIC, Captain Zarya, man, they're in a very bad position. Very bad. And they're proud about it too, Psalms 91 verse 10. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. There it is. So all these plagues, remember? Okay, second Ezra. Alright, the Lord says he's gonna plague Egypt with plagues as before, because there's a lot of plagues coming. A lot, okay? Martial law, famine of the word, the guillotine, demons, apparitions, animals attacking people, Leviathan coming out, Behemoth, a lot of stuff. The angels, stepping out those ships and, deleting people. Oh yeah. Verse 11. Check this out, okay? Psalms 91:11. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. There it is. Okay? There it is, right there. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. There it is. Okay, because the hopeful elect are literally, they are already being protected. Okay, and in these times that are approaching, okay, the hopeful elect is going to be saved out of it. It's going to be defended. You understand? Bear with me. So, 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, so if the righteous scarcely be saved, okay, where shall the ungodly and the sinner
For the acute
appear?
treatment of migraine with or
All
without
right.
aura in adults.
So remember that. Okay?
Nurtec ODT can provide relief in 2 hours, which can last up to 2 days.
Okay, so bear with me. 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 18. And if the righteous, listen up, scarcely be saved, because we gotta put our hope to the end, like all the way, okay? Because remember, we're not out. We're not safe. We don't know that we are going to get out of here until we're inside those ships. Okay, the so-called UFOs, so-called UAPs. So you can understand. Okay, all right. So and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? See that? So the righteous are scarcely going to be saved. That means by barely. At the very, very end. Okay, scarcely, because the righteous are going to be. It's the very last moment. Like that clutch play where at the very last end, and the Lord comes when the missiles are already on their way. Then the elect are still going to be hoping, like, man, hopefully I can get out of here. Okay, praying right there to the last moment. Okay, so the righteous shall scarcely be saved. All right, so that is the point right there. To show your brothers and sisters out there, Akim and Aqua, okay, how to be in this thing, because the righteous are scarcely going to be saved. Meaning, so there's no room there for proudness. Oh, we got the kingdom already. All this purple and gold and all this madness. Okay, we got to go through a whole lot still. A whole lot. Understand? Alright, so that's it on today's lesson. On the hopeful elect shall be defended. So with that, stay prayed up. Put your trust in the Lord. Remember, fear no evil. Okay, trust in Yahweh Shai. Remember, stronger is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Why? Because Satan lost to Yahweh Shai. Alright, remember, our Lord beat Satan. It's already done. So just hold on to that crown. Alright, so hold on to that crown. On your feet, soldier. Alright, pray, fast if you have to. Be patient and trust in the Lord. And hold on to your faith. Shalom.